What's going on, everybody? This is Mr. Aaron from the House of Aaron. I think there we go. And we're just chilling. It's the weekend. It's Friday night, February 12th, 2016. So I welcome you all to the broadcast for the night. As you know, I normally track my proof, progress, and results, but now we're trying to go into some more things that's going to help you advance your business, any business, everywhere. Okay? So, like I said, I'm Aaron Johnson, Mr. Aaron from the House of Aaron, the middle class millionaire, and this is what the topic is for today. Let's see. So, I have some things going on. Some things going on. It's going on in most businesses. People are getting hit with the PayPal thing, but it's cool. I mean, it makes it's actually a good thing because it's helping me understand how my business and other businesses work. So as you can see from my background, yes, I do have a daycare, and I had that first. Like I didn't understand these multi-level marketers, network marketing, internet. I didn't understand any of that stuff before I ran my own business, a business for myself. And that's what we're encouraging people to do, to run any business and learn how to scale it to the best of your ability. Okay? So the best of your ability is limited to what you take in, what you practice, what do you become consistent on. So if you know anything, for last couple of weeks, for almost a month now, I think it's like 33 to 35 daily, like daily videos, Monday through Friday videos of proof progress results. Like I'm not ashamed to show you guys today's results. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn my camera off, and I'm gonna share my screen, right? So we're gonna get into how to advance your weekend practice. So they said, let me see if this page updated. It says I'm live now. All right. I just wanted to make sure it was showing up. It has to show up. So when I go into my proof progress results, right? Now you can see the past days. You can see them. You can look at the past days. What was that? $505 that day. Going to another 507. Uh, Profit over a weekend was $1,450. You know, and what's that? $474.47. Like I'm creeping. I was creeping up there, right? But today, you look at today's progress, $143.01. So what does that mean? Things transition, things gonna happen, but you gotta keep the shirt on your back, you gotta remain calm, you gotta keep pressing forward. Right? So I'm not worried about this because of the fact that I know where the money is. The money is there, the money is stuck with a third party, what's the third party payment processor. We all know I'm not even going to hate on PayPal for what they're doing. They need to protect themselves. I mean, it was nice to hold on to a chunk of money, let the interest hit it, and they collect off of it. But now the money is changing hands too fast that it's hard to keep up with, and I can understand that. So I'm going to reflect back on one of these days. One of my brothers, brother Rock Solar, he told me to break this down because some people did not understand. I said $505.15. This was on the 10th. $505.15 and or $21.05 an hour. That was each hour for the span of 24 hours. So he said, why don't you show people something? Why don't you tell them something else? So I'm putting in $505. This was a typical day because remember, results not typical. As you saw, a day of $505 versus a day of $143. But look, let's look at it in layman's terms. When the revenue sharing is working properly, when money and the funds could be put in and bought out, $505.15 divided by 8. The typical work day is 8 hours. So remember, I was already making $21.05 over a 24-hour span. Most people don't get paid for 24 hours. Let's look at your work day, an 8-hour work day. I was already making more than most people at $21.05. Now let me check out 8 hours. So if you know math, or if you did the math while you're waiting for me to say the number, if you did 505.15, that's $505.15 divided by 8, that is $63.14. So your typical work day, you probably made $10 an hour, $18 an hour. Even if you made $20 an hour, you're not doing what I'm doing when the revenue sharing is working right in my particular business. And there's more businesses out there like this, as we are becoming specialists in these revenue shares to figure out how it works. All right. So if you break it down of where I stand at in just one program for just one day, I was at $63.14 an hour for if it was a regular 8-hour work day. Okay, so I just wanted to make that clear. Thank you, Rock Solar, for bringing that to the light, that we had to talk about that. So now probably we got some more people that's ready, willing, and listening. Okay. Now I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, and I'm gonna bring back the camera. All right. So what we're gonna talk about, it's not gonna take all day. It's not gonna take all year. But what we're gonna talk about right now is try to figure out what is the best weekend practices to advance any business. What can you do? That's what I want to know from the people. I might actually need to pull my Periscope up, because I did not put this on Periscope. I might need to pull my Periscope up to see if I get some feedback, because people don't like interacting on this Google Hangout stuff. People don't like the interaction. I'm gonna try to invite some more people as well. I see that he's not on there right now, but I see that some people have responded in the notifications. But I need people for questions and answers, right? So let me go ahead and log into the Periscope. Like I said, matter of fact, I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to get into what I wanted to say, and maybe someone can respond in the comments or anything like that and get back to me. So the weekend. What can you do on the weekend to help advance your business? Got my notebook. I got my notebook, like the dude off of Blue's Clues, the handy dandy notebook, or whatever it is you want to call it, right? All right. So on the weekend, I have a list of 5 things that can help you for your weekend. You probably heard me talk about it before. And on your weekends, remember 5 things. Number 1, you have to find a recharge ritual. That's that day that you have to do what you need to. You do what you need to do to gain your energy back, to get your vigor back, to be inspired to do business. I mean, you can hang with your family, hang with my family, hang with my children on the weekends. That's why I don't do these streams on the weekends, because I'm doing my recharge ritual, which is hanging with my family. I'm going to go see my family, whether it's a road trip, local family, or family abroad, right? I like washing and folding clothes. I know it sounds kind of funny, but wash clothes, fold clothes, watch TV, all at the same time. Like I'm locked into watching or catching up on my shows, because I don't watch that much TV during the week anymore, because I'm grinding on my daycare business to get paperwork right, because I hate paperwork for daycare, and I hate just paperwork in general. That now I'm finding myself doing more paperwork for all businesses. For every business that I'm involved with, I own multiple businesses now, and paperwork is tough. So number 1, find a recharge ritual. This is going to bring your enthusiasm back. Like you could still end Friday on a good note. You don't come in with the Mondays when you use your weekend right. So your recharge ritual to help you uh, stay energized Monday through Friday. I mean, I go to church 3 times a week because it helps me stay energized spiritually throughout the week. So now we get to number two. After I get off this call, number two comes into great practice. This number two, it's funny that that time you spend in solitude, that's number two. That's spending some alone time. No TV, no computer, none of that stuff. My favorite place for solitude, it's funny that it's number two because it's in the bathroom. Like I will stay in the bathroom. Hey, what's going on, man? Just checked in. I'm gonna review it for you in a second. So now we got Brother Sharif on the line. And what I'm talking about is what can you do to help your weekend, right? You probably got press mute, Brother Sharif. I get some feedback from you. There you go. I think it stopped. So what I was going over was 5 things that I do to help me, or we call it the weekend practices to help you advance any business. So as a person who owns multiple businesses, I was getting into my list. I'm only at number two, so you didn't miss anything. So I'll go right back over. I know you like to take notes, brother. So if, I don't know if you guys can see who's in here, but we have Dawkins G, he's on the line, and we have Brother Sharif, he's on the line, and we're talking about what's the best weekend practices to advance any business. And I was in my list. So I'm on my list. My list is number one for Brother Sharif because I know you like to take notes. Find a recharge ritual. That recharge ritual, I say I watch TV while washing and folding clothes. So while I'm waiting on it, like people go to the laundromat and do stuff, I do it right here in the house. I wash my clothes, I fold my clothes, I watch TV. The dryer cycle, I probably could get a more efficient dryer, but the dryer cycle lasts an hour. I'm watching a show. So and I spend a lot of time with my family on the weekends. We go ripping and running everywhere. It could be more draining than working a regular job, but it recharges me to come back and have vigor with the alone time with my kids instead of them splitting me with all the daycare children all the time. So that's my recharge ritual. Uh, and I said I just started getting into number two. Number two is spending time alone. And I told people, which is ironic, that number two, I like to spend a lot of alone time in the bathroom. I mean, it's a place where I know I won't be disturbed. I don't have to necessarily be doing a number two, but I know when I close that bathroom door, it's quiet. No TV, no electronics. I'm just sitting there, get my thoughts come. My thoughts come a little bit faster that way. And I to spend time alone right after we get off of this. I'm down here in my basement, and I'm straight. Like everything is off. I'm chilling, relaxing. It's just me and my thoughts, pretty much. Or if I pray or anything like that. So that kind of stuff happened. So now on to number three. So I hope you got that written down, brother. Or anybody else is watching this. Number one, find a recharge ritual. Do something on your weekend that's going to help you reinvigorate yourself. Number two, spend time alone. Get some alone time. That's you and your thoughts, or you and God, or whatever it is you're going to do. Number three, just one day, 6 to 8 hours. You don't need any of your devices. We on here all week. We on this thing Monday through Friday. Every single day is a grind. Need a day that I put it down. Most of the time, that day for me is Sunday, and then I come back on a weekend wrap up on Monday. So most Sundays, I just throw that thing in the corner somewhere. Might take a power nap sometime, and then go back to jumping around with the children. So it's like Sunday, go to church, come home, phone off, take a nap, jump back up, do something hands-on with the kids, without the phone, without the laptop, right? So that's number three, a no device day. Like you don't need your standard devices. I mean, you can play video games, the Wii, or watch a movie, but nah, you gotta put that cell phone that's attached to us all the time, right? So when you get to number four is a time of reflection. You gotta see what was your gains and losses. You gotta be able to, that's why I do that proof progress results, is to help me track myself and get a good reflection on where I stand, what was weak, what was strong. I felt like 30 plus times of just showing proof progress results from traffic monsoon. It was getting weak. Like in my reflection, it's getting weak because I'm showing people how to be consistent, how to track their progress. I think 30 times is enough to help someone develop a method or get in their mind a way that they could find how to track their own progress in whatever program that they're in. So now we want to start hitting some topics that's going to help people advance themselves mentally, because that's what it comes down to for most of the stuff, that you need to reflect on how you're going to get stronger. Like, forget your weaknesses. That's what I'm gonna say. You could think about it, but for real, you want to accent what you're strong in, and that's what the reflection is for. So we got number one, find your recharge ritual. We have number two, spend time alone. Even Superman had that place up in one of the North or South Pole, whatever it was. That whole place of solitude he had. You need one of those. Right? Carve out a prayer closet, bathroom, basement, utility closet, whatever it is you have to do. You need some alone time just to get rid of the noise. Uh, what else we have? Number three, no device day. You need to cut loose. You need to cut away from all that stuff that you can't be easily accessible for at least 6 to 8 hours. I mean, you need that for yourself. Number four, we said was reflect, and that's reflecting on everything and anything that's part of your refreshing of yourself. It's not to get down in the pity party, but a refreshing of yourself is going to help you moving in the right direction. And finally, we come to number five. Number five is plan the week ahead. You got to start making deadlines for yourself. Remember, you're on the track to self-employment now. I've been doing my daycare since 2012. It's 2016. I set deadlines of when I want this due from a parent, when I need to do this for the parents, when I still gotta act like I was when I was in the school, because I was a special educator. You know anything about special education, just know there's a lot of paperwork. I'm talking about I'm up 5 in the morning doing paperwork for a company, for a business, for a school that underpays me, that it was underpaying me for my resources. And I'm up 5 o'clock in the morning to get this stuff done because it's state mandatory paperwork, and it's all these rules and regulations, and the word can be specific depending on what county they come from. It was a whole lot of work. So why not? I did all that work to keep my job at those companies before I quit. Why not do the work for myself? See, so plan a week ahead. Make deadlines for yourself. Give yourself some benchmarks and things like that. That's why you track your progress, because you want to say, okay, I was here throughout this week, or I was here on this weekend. Next weekend I want to be there. And then I want to go off this, like, you want to get off the screen. You want to keep on climbing. So that's why you plan a week ahead to make it better than the last. That's why I say forget your weaknesses. Focus on what you're strong, and the people who agree with you, the people who get a vibe from you, they're going to follow you. You're going to follow other people that's like-minded with yourself. You're going to get that crowd to strengthen yourself. So one more time through the list. Recharge ritual. Number one. Alone time. Number two. No devices. Number three. Reflection. Number four. My favorite number. Number four. And then plan ahead. You can't be thinking of you can't stay where you are. You gotta plan ahead. You gotta see yourself at the next step. And that's how you're gonna get there. And before I open up the floor, I did have one more quote that's on my phone. I had a quote. I couldn't remember it, but it's Black History Month, folks, and you know I got a Black History quote. Where is it? Where's that folder on my phone? Soon I find the folder, but it was by Bob Marley. I can tell you that. Bob Marley is who I'm quoting. Whenever I find my email folder, here we go. Got a lot of apps on my phone because I'm trying to upgrade my train of thought. So I've been looking into Snapchat, been looking into Periscope, and figure out how can I use these platforms to get a little bit stronger. So let's see the save folder, quotes. Here we go. I have 7 quotes up in here, but let's look at today's quote. So the quote for today, Bob Marley said this: "Life is one big road with lots of signs. So when you're riding through the ruts, don't complicate your mind. Flee from hate, mischief, jealousy. Don't bury your thoughts. Put your vision to reality. Wake up and live." It's time to wake up and live, folks. I don't know if you see what I see, but the way the U.S. presidential race is looking, something's going to happen, and we need to protect ourselves. We need to safeguard ourselves. You better look into learning how to do some agricultural work or something. You better get ready to grow your own vegetables. So, with that being said, because I don't want to scare nobody, I don't want to scare anybody, but it's coming. We're going to go back. We're going to get reset up in America. America is not. It's a great place to be right now, but according to all the other kingdoms that ruled the earth or was the world power at one point in time, we're small time compared to them. We're still so young anyway. So with that being said, I would hope Brother Sharif has something to say. Uh, I'm just going to open the floor for him right now. As we lost Brother Darkness already. Brother Darkness G, we lost him already. So, Brother Sharif, you there?
Good evening, sir. I'm here. Thank you once again. Very good information. I was having some technical difficulties, but I got it together just in time. Um, what you said about planning, recharging, that's key. I'm glad you brought that up and remind me that I need a recharge activity. So I thank you again for the information. Every night is a good night, sir.
Cool. Do you have any of them you want to share or anything like that? If you have any that's coming to mind while you're thinking.
Honestly, my I you were talking about how you were a special ed teacher. Well, I'm still a regular ed teacher today, and just even if you do have a regular 9 to 5, make sure that you find time to plan for your self sufficiency for your business. If you're gonna work hard for someone else, make sure you find time to work hard for yourself. So, you know, it can be a grind doing both, but it's worth it in the end because, as you said, though, with what's going on, you're going to need definitely more than one stream of income because on any given day, they can decide that they don't need more services. And once they make that decision, if I don't have other streams of income, then I'm starting all over. So that's all I really want to add tonight.
You know, I definitely appreciate you coming on here, brother. So I just don't feel like I'm talking to myself. We could bounce some ideas off each other. So without any further ado, there's no need to waste people's time. You can say your goodbyes if you need to, brother. You want to say your goodbye to the people, brothers, for me?
Good night, people. This is Hamid Sharif with the Dream to Reality Academy, where we educate, execute, and earn. Wishing you a good night. See you next time.
All right, I thank you for that. And of course, good night, good morning. This is Mr. Aaron from the House of Aaron, the Middle Class Millionaire. I'm working on something. I have be confident, be smart, be fruitful, and multiply. When you start, don't stop. Be consistent and achieve all your goals. So, like I said, thank you. Good night, good morning, and we'll see you on Monday. Happy Valentine's Day and happy President's Day, especially all the presidents who are Eagle Scouts. Have a good night.